What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. So yesterday, after Microsoft gave us some
Porsche of Porsche, Porsche 911, Porsches of Porsche.
Sony threw down the gauntlet, and in direct retaliation, they gave us loads of. Sony started off the show by bringing us the DLC for both Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted 4, which is kind of cheating. Let's just call it what it is. That's kind of cheating, man. That's exactly like when you're watching a reboot of an old movie and, you know, someone from the old franchise just pops up and says something that they used to on the old script, like, remember this? No. And besides, things like DLC and add-ons to existing experiences, which we already know about and we already have, should be more reserved for a blog post rather than something like a big event like E3. But yeah, in my opinion, Sony immediately recovered from that lackluster beginning with the announcement of Monster Hunter World. This game looks fire. I'm a huge fan of the Monster Hunter franchise, as you should already know. When I saw this, my inner gamer was like... Now, being that Monster Hunter has such a huge affiliation with the PlayStation brand, it is where it started after all, I feel that Sony should have really locked this up as an exclusive. But in Japan, where this game really matters, it's pretty much going to be a PlayStation exclusive anyway. Okay, is it me or is the remake just getting out of hand? What is this? Who asked for this? Didn't we just have a remastering of the Eco franchise and stuff? Like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, this still looks cool, so yeah, whatever. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Now, even though I love my Capcom fighting games, definitely not a fan of them toning down the game's mechanics. The roster so far looks kinda subpar, and Dragon Ball FighterZ just really showed this game up as far as action is concerned. What did you say? They've got a free demo on the PlayStation Store available now, yeah? Let me just quickly... Call of Duty. Now, because of the kind of device PlayStation VR is, I really understand that it's a hard sell. It's the kind of thing that you can't just advertise traditionally on television and expect the consumer to fully understand its true benefit. But in my opinion, the specific software they did show at this event kind of slowed down the overall conference. Games like Starchild and The Impatient did a really good job of just looking great and being intriguing, but they didn't do that much of a good job of actually conveying what you're supposed to be doing and what is the main hooking point of the game. In my opinion, VR resources should definitely be more delegated to action games where you're just immersed in the action and the world of where you're going. And things like Final Fantasy Fishing Simulator, definitely a no-no. God of War looked spectacular. What did you say? 2018? Now, overall, I cannot deny that Sony did display some top-class software at their event last night. And, unlike some companies, Sony remembered to bring exclusives. And I guess at least Sony didn't spend the whole 12 months bragging about how they'd have the most powerful console, only to have 4K 30 frames per second. Now, even though Sony did bring some solid titles to their conference, I did initially state that I'm not going to go easy on any of these companies. In my opinion, Sony's E3 conference was way too safe. Both of their competitors have new hardware hitting the market or already on the market causing a storm. And to truly compete, they needed to keep the great wave of exclusive software titles flowing. Now, it really would have been cool to see what someone like Sucker Punch has been working on all this time. I know they've probably got some fire just waiting to just spring out from nowhere. Now, even though we did get to see new footage of Spider-Man and Days Gone, and I've got to give kudos to the Days Gone team because that game looks like it's had such a graphical upgrade. Yeah, and you know, when it comes to E3, we're not used to seeing upgrades. Ubisoft. I just don't know. Maybe the fact that we'd seen all of these titles before previously, even though it wasn't as far back as Microsoft stuff, it just made it seem a little bit just more underwhelming. Not to take away any of the greatness from these titles, as I said, Days Gone looks a lot better than when we first saw it, and Spider-Man is actually looking just fire. It's looking like it's going to be a day one buy. But yeah, you know, slightly underwhelming. Sony have the biggest first party studios. Would have been really nice to see what Sucker Punch or what one of the guys in London are doing, you know? But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Personally, I think they came better than Microsoft, but not by that much. And the fact that Monster Hunter isn't exclusive is a huge L. It's a huge hell. Like, it's a huge L. Like, the PlayStation brand birthed that franchise, and it was just... That was literally Capcom and Sony's answer to Phantasy Star Online, which was the big thing in Japan at the time. And the fact that they just lost it was just it's a huge L. It's a huge L. But yeah, another thing, thank you for all the people that liked the video and stuff like that yesterday. Stuff like that really helps the channel. So yeah, really appreciate that. But yeah, let me know what you think about Sony and their E3. Holla at your boy. Peace.